Hello and welcome to the video. Today we are talking about the Bretling Superocean Heritage. My name's Stuart, welcome to my watch channel. I'm a dealer based in Dubai and today we're taking a little look at this new watch that I've been able to purchase off a client, the Bretling Superocean Heritage. Reference number U13313121B1A1. Why they give these watches such long reference numbers, I don't know. But this is regarded as one of Bretling's ultimate dive watches, and it is a 44mm watch. Quite a chunky watch. Now this particular one that I have has a bronze case. So for that, if you like a little retro bronze vibe, this is the watch that has it. Something different, you know, a bit different from the stainless steel. And it, to be honest, it also kind of has, because it's such a nice bronze, such quality, it almost has a sort of a rose gold feel to it. But the watch is a very capable dive watch. It has a water resistance down to 1,000 meters, which is very capable for a dive watch. But also it's a really very sort of Breitling looking watch and could easily work as a daily if you've got the wrist size for it, because as I said, it is a 44mm watch. It has the Breitling caliber 13 movement in it. Now the power reserve is only 38 hours, but you know, if you don't mind winding your watch, then it's not that big of a deal. Now this watch retails, depending where you are in the world, for around about $5,000. And for a Bretling chronograph dive watch with 1,000 meters of depth, that offers a not bad value proposition. However, I would say, why does a dive watch need the chronograph function? Doesn't quite make sense to me. But if you like the aesthetics of the chronograph and you want a dive watch, then here you go, this watch could be for you. Now my wrists are 7 inches, so if you have a look at this watch here, maybe it looks a tiny bit big on me, but I can get away with it. So if your wrists are 7 inches or bigger, this watch could be good for you. So as I mentioned, it's a bronze watch. Now let's just talk a little bit about that, because I've not covered any bronze watches before on this channel. So what Breitling does, it uses 92% copper, 8% tin, so that's how they come up with the bronze. And because it's so heavy, copper heavy, it will get over time a slight patina to the bronze. And if you come out of the ocean, it would be good to wash the watch with a bit of fresh water, just because the salt water will speed up that process for you. So the pros about this watch, it uniquely has this bronze patina. 2, it's got its 1,000-meter water resistance, ceramic bezel and date function along with chronograph. It has amazing lume and this also unique mesh bracelet, and also it is an accurate watch, especially considering it's under $5,000. Things that are perhaps negative would be the 38-hour power reserve. Also a big one for me, there's no quick adjust on the clasp, which for a diving watch seems a shame. And also the bronze is a lot softer than steel, so that will scratch. But this sort of watch is for the guy who wants a tool watch with a bit of personality, not the typical safe steel Submariner, but someone who wants something a bit different. The mesh bracelet is quite unique and is a little bit more breathable than some other bracelets in the market. So would I personally buy this watch? This watch isn't for me, just because I think I'm not a fan of a chronograph being on a dive watch. Also for me, the watch is a bit big. However, it not being for me doesn't mean I still don't think this watch has its own unique personality and could be a good fit for someone else. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you a fan of this Breitling dive watch? Is this something you would buy? Do you think it's okay to have a dive watch that's a chronograph? What do you think about the bronze aspect of the watch? Now, this is a watch that I bought from a client. I have already sold this watch and I hope it finds a good home. But yeah, is it one that I would put in my collection? Probably not. But hey, we're all different. The Breitling story is quite interesting because it is a watch brand that has a lot of heritage, especially in the aviation industry. So if I was to get a Breitling, it probably would be one of the Breitlings a bit more lit that are for pilots, just to respect their heritage. That's what they are known for. That's what they've done best over the years. Now, unlike perhaps Rolex, Breitlings don't tend to hold their value as well. A general rule of thumb is often if you were to buy a Breitling second hand, it would be half the price of what it costs brand new. And so that can put some people off buying the watch, even though it's a very capable watch. It has a strong history heritage. They've certainly spent a few quid on marketing with brand ambassadors like David Beckham. But I think ultimately there's high levels of production. The production isn't to the same high standard as perhaps some other brands who produce slightly less, and therefore it's maybe, and I think their watches do tend to just be a little bit too big for people. Their watches do tend to be quite bold, not so understated as a general rule of thumb. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. This is the first time I've reviewed a Breitling on this channel. However, just, I don't want to be too negative. Their watches are still very good. They still cost thousands of dollars. They're still a strong quality, and aesthetically a lot of people find them quite pleasing. Also, a big flaw of this watch is the lack of adjustability in the bracelet. For a dive watch, if you go and dive it, you want it to fit on your wrist and fit over your wetsuit, and this doesn't have that function and with the mesh bracelet. So for me, that is quite a negative, and so it's almost, it doesn't serve the purpose of what it's made for. I will say, the bronze feature of this watch, it is for some people, depending on their personal style, it will be quite a nice fit. I think the bronze gives it that little bit more retro vibe because you got the bronze hint on the case, the bronze hour markers and the bronze hands, and it just adds that nice bit of colour, making the watch a bit more interesting, and for some people's style that would really suit them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below.